Alien Earth, the new series coming to FX, is set to expand the Alien timeline with a story in 2120, 2 years before the first Alien, and if you don't count AVP, the first one set on Earth. We don't know much about it yet, but today I have new footage that was sent to me by FX that offers some clues. I'll comb through the footage to see what we can find out, but if you just want to watch the clips uninterrupted, I'll put them all at the end of the video and you can skip ahead using the chapter markers. To set it up, we know the series centers on a space vessel that crash lands on Earth, probably releasing facehugger xenomorphs and maybe other monstrosities, maybe including one that flies. It's hard to tell exactly what was happening in that one teaser. First, thank you to FX for providing this Weyland-Yutani case that's got some pretty interesting stuff in it. It came with a couple of cards. First, this one. We hope you enjoy these recovered items from the USCSS Maginot, compliments of the Prodigy Corporation and FX. A few Easter eggs already. The USCSS Maginot is a Weyland-Yutani craft, the one which crashes, setting the stage for the series. But interestingly, this package is provided not by Weyland-Yutani, but by the Prodigy Corporation. According to Deadline, Alien Earth features 5 major corporations that wield the power of nations, including Prodigy, Weyland-Yutani, Lynch, Dynamic, and Threshold. The movie's often centered on Weyland-Yutani trying to obtain alien specimens for their arms division, so I wonder if the show will feature a sort of arms race between these corporations, fighting over specimens from the crash site. It seems Prodigy got there first and sent what they found back in time to me, including a cat collar and tag, some alien-themed playing cards, a mug, a hat, but most importantly, this USB drive containing 5 unreleased videos. Here's what this other card says about them. The enclosed case was recovered from a recently crashed Weyland-Yutani vessel. Please inspect all elements and report your findings. We suspect there is important information pertaining to Weyland-Yutani's deep space programs that could be of use to the corporation. Files on the data drive may offer clues to the ship's mission. This hints at some corporate espionage, with Prodigy trying to figure out what Weyland-Yutani is up to in space. I imagine on the show we'll see a pretty intense rivalry between these corporations, driving them to do some awful things. Now personally, I'm siding with Prodigy, because they sent me some cool stuff. So let's see what we can learn from the footage. Roll the first clip.
Hello, you little rascal. That's it. How you keep on dropping it, huh? I'm your boss. Remember who got you the job? Where you going, George?
Right off the bat, from this on-screen text, we see the USCSS Maginot is a deep space exploration vessel, unlike the Nostromo in the original Alien, which was a commercial towing vehicle, leading to that space truckers vibe. Instead, this ship was clearly out there looking for aliens. Also of note, it says Prodigy City crash site, so it seems the corporation got a hold of the vessel because it crashed in their city. The fact that a corporation owns a city sounds appropriately dystopian. This crew member attaches the camera onto this cat, who proceeds to run off. First, it approaches a terminal. I can't make out any of what's written on these post-it notes, and while I thought this might be something interesting on the screen here, at second glance, I think it's just a reflection from the lights. But I can say this does a great job recreating the retro future aesthetic from the original Alien movie, which showrunner Noah Hawley cited as more of an influence than the prequels. In the hallway, a glimpse of what looks to me like spacesuits. And finally, the cat enters a familiar area, the place you go in the original Alien when you want to speak with Mother, the AI that controls the ship. Finally, a familiar message appears on screen, similar to the message Ripley found on the Nostromo. USCSS Maginot, Priority 1, acquisition and safe return of all organisms for analysis. All other considerations secondary. All that's missing is crew expendable, the ominous final line in the Nostromo's message. The screen flashes, and another message appears for a moment. Specimens, multiple ovomorph. Ovomorph is the term they use for the eggs which hatch facehuggers. So at minimum, we can conclude that they have some of those ovomorph or facehugger eggs on board. Also, confirmed the plural of ovomorph is ovomorph, not ovomorphs. The message goes on. Additional restricted. Status contained. Risk high. Let's go to clip number 2.
Whiskey, maybe the ocean. That's probably what I miss most. And it's not people. Everyone I know is dead.
Not everyone, but might as well be. My kids are older than me now. Hand me that 3-8. Hand me that 3-8.
If you couldn't go back to Earth, where would you go?
Arcturus, maybe.
Gross. Watch it.
We overhear a crew member talking about what he misses most from Earth. The most interesting thing he says is that his kids are older than him now. Initially, my mind went to time dilation, the thing we've seen in sci-fi before. If you travel at speeds approaching the speed of light, time passes slower for you than everyone else. Everyone else will age years, while very little time passes for you. But the Alien franchise typically hasn't touched on that idea. Instead, I assume he's referring to hypersleep. You put yourself in a cryopod and go on a journey for decades, you'll effectively have the same experience. Everyone else has aged decades, but thanks to your stasis pod, you stay the same age.
I get older, they stay the same age.
That's exactly what happened to Ellen Ripley between Alien and Aliens, and in the director's cut, she even has a daughter who aged beyond Ellen herself and passed away before her return. All that to say, if this crew member's children are now older than him, they must have traveled a long way. One of the crew members also asks, if you couldn't go back to Earth, where would you go? And the other answers, Arcturus, maybe, which gets an interesting reply.
Gross.
A reference to this banter from Aliens.
You sure wouldn't mind getting some more of that Arcturian poontang. Remember that time?
The one that you had was male.
It doesn't matter when it's Arcturian, baby.
I don't think there's much to read into that line other than an Easter egg, but just for fun, the Colonial Marines campaign for the Alien RPG does add some lore around Arcturians. It claims Weyland-Yutani made contact with them in 2124 in humanity's first recorded encounter with sentient extraterrestrial life. The engineers don't count because no one is alive to tell of those encounters, and nothing official has gotten out about them. On to clip 3.
Pick a card. Richie, that's you. You're projecting.
I know.
Hey, kitty, kitty. So I want to see me beat this big bad guy.
Flora or fauna?
I'm not sure. Maybe both.
Right.
Still running tests. Jen.
The most interesting part of this clip, this exchange right here.
Flora or fauna?
I'm not sure. Maybe both.
Right.
Still running tests.
That is really interesting. It sounds like they've discovered something biological, but they can't tell if it's plant or animal. That brings to my mind the black goo and what would happen if it got mixed up with plants, resulting in a bizarre new creation. but Hawley has been pretty clear about taking more from Alien than Prometheus or Covenant, so I suspect we're staying away from all that, which just makes all of this even more intriguing. Further evidence to me that xenomorphs are not the only thing we'll encounter. Now, I know some are pointing to this click noise we heard in a recent teaser as evidence predators will show up.
All you can do.
But even if it turns out that it is the same click sound used for predators, I'd take it more as an Easter egg by a sound designer than actual evidence. I'm certain another crossover will come eventually, but I doubt it'll happen on the small screen first. It also doesn't seem like the type of thing Hawley would be interested in. He's very focused on telling his own story with its own themes, and honestly seems more interested in the AI aspect than aliens. So adding another species from another franchise would feel like muddying the waters in a way that doesn't serve his overall vision. But let's see what clip 4 has in store for us. Whoa, okay. Just kidding, here's the real clip.
Hey, troublemaker. Trying to get a look inside? Yeah. Let's get you somewhere safe.
This takes place in the zoo lab, presumably where they're keeping samples taken from somewhere.
This ship collected specimens from faraway moon.
Based on the size of these vessels, they likely contain either facehuggers, infant xenomorphs, or something else. Maybe that animal-plant hybrid we heard about in the last clip. Going frame by frame, I really can't make out anything about what's inside them, other than this one looks like it has a pile of dirt at the bottom, so maybe here's where the flora goes? These strands here do give a sort of algae feel, same with these other two vessels. And then this last one, it's blurry, but see these two kind of circle things? To me, that matches the shape of facehuggers. So my guess, some of these contain facehuggers, and some contain weird plant stuff, possibly from underwater. Now, the final clip. Wow, I guess when Disney owns the property, you have to expect these sorts of crossovers. Just kidding. Here's the real clip.
Grab the fire extinguisher! Hurry up! Come on, come on! Move!
I didn't notice a whole lot in this one. We get a glimpse of a cryo chamber, red emergency lights, and someone yelling fire. Of course, this seems to be the moment when everything goes wrong, before the vessel crashes. But I'm not picking up on any hints as to what causes the crash. I assume a creature or two get loose, but just not seeing anything here. Alright, putting all of this in context. If the Prodigy Corporation is wondering what this deep space exploration vessel was up to up there, I think it was looking for aliens. 2 years later on the Nostromo, we know Weyland-Yutani is already aware of aliens and sent Ash to ensure the retrieval of a specimen. This mission 2 years earlier might cause issues in the timeline because it would imply specimens already reached Earth before the Nostromo's xenomorph encounter. But if those specimens end up in the hands of Prodigy, Weyland-Yutani would still be on the hunt for their own, so it all still fits. So that's everything I was able to find in the footage, but like I said, I'll put it all uninterrupted at the end of this video. Feel free to comb through it yourself, and let me know in the comments if you find any Easter eggs or any clues that I missed. In any case, this series is probably the one I'm most excited for this year, and I cannot wait for this summer to see how it all plays out. If you're craving more Alien content in the meantime, check out my Alien timeline, Alien vs. Predator timeline, or my retrospective reviewing all the Alien movies. And there's more on the way. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss it. With that, thank you for watching, and see you on the next One Take.
Hello, you little rascal. That's it. How you keep on dropping it, huh? I'm your boss. Remember who got you the job. Where you going?
Whiskey, maybe the ocean. That's probably what I miss most. When it's not people, everyone I know is dead.
Not everyone. They might as well be. My kids are older than me now. Hand me that 3-8. Hand me that 3-8.
If you couldn't go back to Earth, where would you go?
Arcturus, maybe.
Gross. Watch it.
Pick a card. Cheat, that's you. You're projecting.
I know.
Hey, kitty, kitty. So I want to see me beat this big bad guy.
Flora or fauna?
I'm not sure. Maybe both.
Right.
Still running tests. Jen. Hey, troublemaker. Trying to get a look inside? Yeah. Let's get you somewhere safe.
Grab the fire extinguisher! Hurry up!